Mwahaha! Mwahaha! Masterface. What's up, YouTube? This is BDTTube's podcast, episode 3, my third damn recording. I'm just wanting to point that out. I am Tom, along with
Billy
and Dan.
Hooray! We actually had a goddamn good intro. Anyways,
yeah, look at that.
Not derping off or anything.
Yeah, please don't derping off. I'm tired of that right now, especially Dan derp. God damn it, Dan! Stop derping. You're getting worse than Billy's derp.
Derping's for derps.
I said, take a deep breath, no more derping.
Alright.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So let's get down to the discussion, because this podcast is delayed so far, it's behind, it's not funny, at least a month delayed. But, we have episode 6 already out. Adma is finally done. Thank God.
Finally.
You,
like, honestly, re-recording those segments, the voice literally gets on your nerves after a while.
It really does, because you really think it's Adam talking. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, like every time you called me, Tom. Oh my God.
Actually, Billy, after the podcast, I have to say some things about Adam to realize. But anyway, back to the
great.
And you know, the funny thing is, I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an insult. You take that as a compliment, Tom. Shut up, Adma.
It is pretty much like, it's kind of a both in a sense. Well, it's not necessarily insultive. It's just because Adam's voice is annoying, so is Adma's.
Yeah, well, you know, I decided because, alright, let's break down the design that I've been going with BDT2. If you notice, there is a change. First off, the previously on BDT Square was genius. I thought you guys would laugh in the first seconds.
Oh my God, yes.
Especially the image I found.
Actually, I haven't seen it yet, but when we're done with this, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I watched about half of it so far. I'm like, oh God, I'm like 7 minutes in or something. No,
yeah,
I'm 9 minutes in, okay.
Ah, fuck.
What? Dan?
What?
Dan?
Oh, something happened with his Skype call, I see, but...
God damn it, Dan. All I heard is damn it, and Dan's gone.
I have a feeling it was something with his modem, because previous to this, his phone started ringing, and maybe it was, like, the company or something that is for his router. I have no idea.
God damn it, Dan. Now we have no contact with you at all.
Which is not good. We'll try to get Dan back as soon as possible. Sorry for the inconvenience, people.
Thank you for putting that up for me. So yeah, let's get back to the discussion. So, being that Dan's not here, this actually works out. Oh, fuck, he's back.
Wow, alright. Talk about Dan behind his back. That's not fun.
That's not what I meant. Welcome back, Dan. You'll laugh for a minute when you hear this later.
No, because all you hear is, fuck.
All we heard was that, and we thought, like, oh God, he must be fapping or something.
The first thing I heard was, damn it. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, right?
No, every time, two fans of ours kicking in, I was like, stupid shit. So
it
really
kicks you... It kicks you off of social networks when it does a scan or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty lame.
Like Facebook. No, well, don't think so.
What?
Not today.
Oh, you guys talking to me? Hired?
No, nothing, Dan, nothing.
Fuck it up.
Just nothing.
I had a company that turned shit out of both of them. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God. Yeah, I'd love to see what Gar did.
Yeah, sure.
And then Dan trips. So back to the discussion. Especially with episode 6 being out. There are a few things I did to it, other than obviously adding the previously part. If you notice on the bottom left, there's this thing called the BDT square is deviation blinking every 2 minutes, about.
Yeah, pretty much. It comes and goes, and when it does come,
there's a link.
There are links to other videos in those annotations. So
subliminally, I'm adding links to our shticks, and yeah, I'm just doing it in a way so that way they understand where this deviation comes from.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which works out better than a hub, than me trying to say, oh, this said that on Mystery Craftful, you know.
Yeah, like putting it in there subliminally. Yeah, the word I can't pronounce.
I've been having difficult time saying it too.
Yeah. It actually makes things easier that way for our fans, because they can just, like, click the thing and be like, okay, things are starting to add up a little bit.
At some point...
With the collab, put together, there you go.
At some point, I'm going to make that feature a better design. At the moment, I just had it flashing, but in, I think, episode 7, or if not, future episodes, it's going to be designed better, where it'll flash in a color indicating a link, and then it'll flash off with the black outline text, and it just stays on there like a brand, like a stamp.
Oh, okay. Kind of like a watermark.
Yeah, but designed for us. So,
very nice.
Yes, basically it's original. No,
but because I always have to criticize myself, I'm always in a rush to get things out the door. I had that friggin' fade in and fade out blink kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Well, that, and plus I think I need to get more RAM so I could work these videos a lot better with Vegas, because I can tell you this much, it's been taking a toll on me just working mostly Vegas and then 25% Movie Maker than it was 6-7 months ago, where it was just all Movie Maker.
I kind of have the same issue there, because I use Sony Vegas for my Let's Plays on my video game channel, and then I use Movie Maker for my vlogs, because there isn't too much I have to do with that, unless I start to figure out different ways of being creative with it.
But the only solution I've found so far is adding more RAM to reduce the wait time, I guess. And my computer actually still has 2 more gigs of space left to maximize my computer. So,
really?
Yeah, so probably after I get paid this week, I'm going to order it, and just so I can fully get back into editing mode, because now it's summertime. I can actually just refocus and try to ignore stopping shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which has also been taking a lot of time out of my schedule. Now I can understand why Dan takes forever to get his stuff out.
Oh yeah, I know, because a supermarket actually takes a lot more time out of your day than a fast food restaurant.
Well, no, I mean, they both...
Like, probably retail jobs that they need to there on weekends, especially.
It's not that one's taking more out of me than the other. It's just, I mean, they both took a lot of time out of me regardless, but it just seemed like, I don't know, ever since I got into stopping shit, it just seems like I've slowed down in just the editing department, just thinking-wise, because I have so many codes to remember, so many different meats I gotta remember, so many different salads, so many different cheeses.
Well, yeah, the memorization can actually, like, I mean, yeah, it obviously is mentally exhausting, but that can also result in being physically exhausting by having to, like, go back and do something several times because you didn't remember right away.
No, it's not that. I do remember right away. I think I have more physical exhaustion at Burger King than I do at Stop and shit. But,
oh, well, yeah, that's true.
I think it's just more mental. But even so, a lot of the editing process and stuff that goes into these episodes does take a lot of time to think.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of time in planning, and it kind of wears me out a little bit, but I'm trying to manage. I have an Aftermath episode set up for Mystery Craftful already. I just got to design it. But at the moment, I'm focusing my attention on BT Deviants, so I can get that all caught up, because that's already done. So, you can tell where I'm swapping those two, and then completely ignoring my social channel, sadly. At the moment, until I could manage time around that. But hopefully when I get the RAM, I can. And that I got to work with. And then eventually upgrade my battery so I have longer battery life when I'm at college. But that's besides the point. Let's get back to the discussion of other stuff. So, we still have to get done with Die Camelot Villagers. At the moment, me and Dan did a goof up when we traded files. Apparently, we're missing a clip that I fucked up with. I don't know how.
Wait, which clip exactly are you missing?
The second to last clip.
Yeah, Dan killed himself clip. The murderer. Oh, I got his heart. That's that one.
Somehow Dan had it, and then I thought I had it, and then I didn't have it, and when Dan deleted his folder, it got deleted.
Yeah, actually, I used Kuba the other night. I tried using it. I couldn't find it anywhere, I think, in my recovered files.
Well, then I'll try at some point, I guess, but... did you try external, besides desktop?
I haven't yet, but I still have a Cuba. So when tonight I'll probably give it a shot.
Because you can search in your external besides your desktop. So that is a thing.
It's possible it could also be in there.
I would try that.
I checked through all the the folders. It's not there, so I'm gonna try maybe to recover it.
All right, so let's break down the editing stuff we have to do with this because it's a big ass project. It's just as big as reception, but the problem with that, like if we had to compare and contrast between reception and this, it's definitely got the same decent quality and the amount of work that needs to get done with. The issue is we're dealing, like I said, even with just the episodes, I'm doing a lot more Vegas work. So even these projects require more Vegas work now. Especially with the Pokemon scene, because I had an idea of making that a split screen or have like a multi-layer screen where the DS gameplay is shown like, I don't know, it's like some sort of section like the bottom right or bottom left, and then have the auto sync up with the main video that's recording the TV, so that way it's balanced and you can see both things in action at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Which definitely reduces a lot of editing right there. But,
yeah, pretty much.
But we still have to organize the structure, which Dan should have already planned out by now.
Well, like, I had planned out how I'm going to do it. I'm going to edit it. I said it before, but I'm going to edit it the same way the original one is edited. But we obviously have new stuff too, so I'm going to include that as well, but go in order. So.
Okay, well, you'll figure that out at some point. I'll help you with the small bits of editing. Like, yeah. I'm going to do mostly trailers, the intro, the outro, that's it. And then you're just doing the main project yourself. And the only go on.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit better with Vegas. I still have trouble with some things, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. So.
Yeah, well.
But I know we'll figure out a lot too. So I'm going to try to improve some Vegas too.
But you're not up to snuff yet, and that's why I criticize you along with myself and along with Billy.
Yeah.
I criticize everyone. Yeah. I'm a critic.
It's a good thing sometimes, so.
Yeah, speaking of Vegas, it's, for me, as far as using Vegas goes, the only thing I really have to do with it is, with my Let's Plays, I just, like, shrink down the video to a resolution that it can still hold YouTube's, like, resolution capacity, like, and not be squished at all.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I can do that easily. It's like, for that, that's like the basics for me. I just don't know how to do, like, certain effects, and multi-layering for me is a bitch, because it takes so damn long to do, and
but Billy,
I know what the little things that you make in MS Paint, and you put them in the Vegas, I've seen what you do before, and you got, like, what, from as little as 50 to as large as, like, 300 and something frames.
Well, that's for, like, a super animation that I was planning to work out with, which I still am. I just haven't had time with it. But even, like, the simplest animations, like, example, look at, my, complication video with, just Darkgasm at Night 2 with his audio and me having the gameplay, video going on.
Yeah.
That animation where I had the, blinking, wave sounds and then his icon being next to it, that was a small animation, which doesn't require that much framework. And because of that, that's a lot easier to animate, and that's a lot easier to put into a Vegas video like that. Yes, I will agree once I do get to the larger animation project, which will be for the behind the scenes, which we still need to work on, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the most editing process and animation process I'll ever do. Really. And I haven't really completed it because I haven't had time. So far, I've only gotten at least 130 images of just one thing, and that's just a line. It's not even text that's completed. It's not even a full word or expansion of what the title means for yourself. It hasn't even gotten there yet. It's just the one freaking line that introduces it showing up as an animation.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, no matter what it is, I have a feeling that, like, even the smallest animation would take somewhere between 30 to 50 some odd frames just to animate something that goes on for, like, not even 10 seconds.
Yeah. But the thing is, Billy, and I know you're hate me for saying this, it's well damn worth it, even though it's time consuming.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, shit, compared to what you do, I'm kind of, like, to be truly honest, I'm kind of novice because, well, to render my Pokemon Yellow stuff, that takes literally like all night, sometimes more, depending on the length.
Oh, I know.
But it's still only like four different frames that I'm actually rendering, so it's like not too severe.
Well, I mean, just look at here's some good examples. I know the episode 6 just adding a simple fade in, fade out of, BDT square is deviation. Just a simple layer of Adma's or Adam's actual voiceover and face to match whatever I was saying as Adma. And then adding the previously part to the well, no, that was actually a separate thing. But even so, that's part of the Vegas idea.
Yeah.
That attached to it, and then making sure the audio's not screwed up because I had to multi-process that in order to get the audio right. Because every time I do it in Vegas, for some reason, the very last 2 seconds are always cut off every time I'm done rendering in Vegas. I had to add that in Movie Maker.
Did you make sure that it's not rendering the loop and just rendering the whole thing?
That could be probably the issue. I've been probably rendering the loop part.
Yeah, because sometimes it'll screw up when you're editing and just render the loop parts, and that can be a pain, especially when you're trying to render something extremely large.
Yeah. But if I had to break down just the stuff that I did to add the episode after it was completely done the first time around, it would just be, like I said, the little fade and fade out image and then Adma's layering, which for some damn reason took 6 hours and 7 minutes to render just those few things, because it's not only just rendering that stuff, it's rerendering the entire damn video, and it's just so it matches up with everything else, I guess. That's why it takes so long.
Yeah, I can imagine, too. I mean, like, I think part of the rendering depends on, like, the amount of frames, not just the length of the video, like...
Yeah, I know. Well, you gotta figure, because each episode, each work I've been doing so far has been clocking around 100,000 frames, because it tells you how many frames are in a video, surprisingly, thank God, actually.
No, that is extremely helpful.
Because it doesn't tell you in Movie Maker. It's just simple as that.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell
Movie Maker, I honestly think in Movie Maker you can only have 2 separate frames, because one separates images and video, and that's basically it.
Well, then you gotta understand something, too. Movie Maker only works in 30 frames per second, unless you change its function to do 60 frames per second, which is possible. However, in Vegas, it's more flexible to do in 60 frames per second no matter what, but it's still manageable to do 30 frames per second because it allows it to. So really, when you look at it, Movie Maker and Vegas actually kind of flip in their own idea of functionality, which is better to work with and which is not better to work with. So
pretty much. I mean, people have been using Vegas for years. I mean, I used to watch these videos that people made a long time ago by multi-layering, and, like, the amount of frames would be completely ridiculous. And the reason, like, stuff took so long to upload was because of how long the rendering process would be. I mean, I've watched videos of, like, some dude making this series out of Super Mario 64, and he had to mash a bunch of clips together and, like, put different frames in just for certain text effects.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and, like, the episodes would come out every few months, and the guy said it would take, like, 2-3 days for the whole video to render, so I can imagine how long the segments were.
Well, that, and I've also learned a tip. Alright, Dan, what are you saying?
Oh, I said that's crazy. That takes forever, but
yeah. But the thing is, it really it comes down to the matter of your processing power and your RAM. If you have those two at the extreme best you could possibly find, a lot of that time does reduce, because, let's face it, I do watch this guy, who does the 3DS update kind of video kind of thing, and right now he uses a Mac that has 16 gigabytes of RAM. And he's only doing episodes that are about 3-4 minutes. But with that kind of RAM, and that kind of layer editing that he does, which is not that whole lot, but with that much RAM, he's able to produce episodes really quick because of all that, RAM, and along with his processing power being its Mac. And then on top of that, being a really short episode. So it's more time consuming as far as to do 20-minute episodes, which I'm still going to do until we get to Season 3. I don't know, Season 3 will be debatable. I do that with Mystery Craftles so far, where Mystery Craftles episodes have been between 15 and 30 minutes lately. And mostly my social video channels have been somewhere around 10-15 minutes. But even so, just layering each time. But if you have the power, it does reduce, thankfully.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, people who produce videos via desktop definitely have the advantage as far as RAM and, like, everything, basically. I mean...
Well, let's face it. Let's make this a good segue. You did Wait What on your desktop.
Yeah, I did. Most of it was on my desktop. I only started doing it on my laptop when Season 3 was starting out.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I did notice a huge difference on that. Though my computer is a Windows 7 and it is faster than my desktop, it took a lot longer to save on the movie maker that was on my laptop as opposed to the one on my desktop.
Yeah. So, let's get on the discussion of that, because we could always talk. We could go into a huge-ass discussion about this, but we have 10 minutes left.
I know.
Just letting you know. Let's talk about Wait What Resurrection. I mean, that's our actual next project. However, I'm not really that much involved. It's you and Dan that's going to be involved with this.
Well, yeah, mainly, but that's only because we started the whole thing. I mean, we could add you in for certain, like, not text effects, but, like all the logo stuff that you basically already did handle and everything, and maybe have the same kind of watermark, only with the, specifications of Wait What Resurrection, and maybe just linking the old trailers or something, or just linking where the similarity comes from.
Okay.
Indeed.
But I want to hear a discussion about you two and what you're going to do with this, because time is running out. You have less than a month. And right now you have some episode content that you did in the past, which you could technically make into like a segue for this Resurrection stuff. And, and then the idea is, what are you guys going to do? Because, let's face it, Wait What and BT Deviants are pretty much similar.
They are.
To a degree, but I had an idea, and then I talked with Dan about this. If Wait What were to come back, it would have to be just you and Dan, really. Because, let's face it, I wasn't part of it.
Well,
Artie was, but he was kind of...
He kind of just made cameos.
He was like a cameo, kind of shadow kind of guy. And
it's kind of like if we were to separate it into, like, different... If we had a wiki page for it and it was separated into categories, Artie would be the one that would be kind of a recurring character, I guess you would say.
He's a wild card.
Yeah,
this is a Uno.
First Wait What, like, for sure, like, he wasn't in that. He was barely in it, so...
I mean, hell, for the first episode of Wait What, honestly, like... As weird as this is going to sound, and I don't think I've ever said this before, but originally, Dan wasn't actually even planned to be in it in the first place.
Are you serious? Oh, thanks a lot.
Like, the funny thing is, I planned to do it, I just didn't know what I was going to do for it, and it just turned into this random series that I just couldn't come up with a title. So I just called it Wait What, and then it transitioned to where we started it being episodes. So
yeah, like our hero, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah, once we released first season's episode 5 of the Wait What, which was a Christmas special, I do remember.
I mean,
once I knew that we did that, I knew this thing was going to take its course and have more than one season.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude, and we could have had a full third.
I mean, the reason I wasn't sure that, like, you were going to be in it or not, I mean, the whole thing with my camera and you being there was completely coincidental. Like,
oh, yeah, well,
what I was going to do, I was going to set up the camera and explain something for episode 1, and then, I don't know, do something weird for episode 2, and then add you to it on episode 3 or something.
So, conceptually, Dan was not being planned.
Not right away, anyway. Like, I was gonna put it in the third episode, but for the first 2, I was just gonna, like, discuss things and what exactly Wait What was gonna be, but I guess I kind of...
Actually, no, I remember the first tutorial thing, that was a random video we did. We did it was going to be an episode, but then we said, you know, if we can make the first episode of Wait What? So we did.
Yeah, I still remember the shitty camera I used to. I mean,
yeah, that was
the first...
Yeah, this was pretty cool. This is the crappy digital camera. I forget what
with some Kodak that was a worthless piece of shit that I should have just, like
burned
I should have put it in my toilet and forgot about it. That's what I should have.
It took great pictures, the video was shit.
Oh my god. Don't even get me started on that. But anyway, as far as the resurrection goes, and as far as bringing it back, well, the thing with bringing it back is I'm a little iffy on that because, well, I'm not too great with Vegas yet. I'm going to keep on, like, trying to learn things with it.
Mm-hmm. Understood,
I really don't want to use Movie Maker for wait what anymore because
let's face it, it's outdated.
Yeah, not only is it outdated, I don't mind that it's outdated. It's just like a lot of the effects on it. Now that I've discovered Vegas, I can do a lot more with Vegas and with Movie Maker than I could ever do with Movie Maker XP or Vista,
or even Live.
Even
Live Movie Maker. It's good. It's just it's still basic.
I mean, it's got your average, that got, blur in, fade out. You like your average stuff. So
yeah.
All right. So then my next question is because, let's face it, if we're gonna do this, well, if you guys are gonna do this, you gotta have to work out a schedule for you to meet up. I mean, I know Dan works at SRC shit, and he can
and doesn't have a job right now anyway.
But obviously, Dan has a way of getting to Billy's house, technically, if he gets done with his job, and he does an early shift or something like that. But, I mean, just discussion of, how to meet up and how to, get this going is the next thing. I mean, conceptually, you can talk about it, but...
Yeah, here's another thing. Like Billy, you remember how when we had all people in it? You think they do that again, too, and have Liz in it, and Derek instead of Adam.
Yeah, just like random people that like they were basically recurring.
Mm-hmm.
Like they weren't like technically in the series. They were more just like recurring characters. I mean, that's basically what Wait What is. It's basically us two in our lives and just doing shit that makes no sense.
Yeah, that's the BDT2. It's just us, nobody else.
For instance, like. Well, what was that video? The video where I made a fucking peanut butter banana sandwich.
Oh god, I remember that.
Like that was just out of like nowhere.
Well, Randy, when he had the banana saying how to put a condom on. That was
God.
True, I believe.
Oh my god! I honestly think I found that clip somewhere on my laptop the other day. I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, I know I talk to people anymore, but that was still a funny clip.
Because I honestly do have the, I have a folder in here. I forget when I put it in here, but it's called To Go On External. I looked into it, and I have a few things there from Rakuva that have folders in them from April 2010, August 2010, Skype stuff, and there's one just titled Video. Video is mainly... flip shit, whatever this folder is.
Yeah. Flip shit. Dude, here, isn't it? Next time I come over, which hopefully will be soon, you can, would you be able to put that stuff on my external?
Okay, what the fuck?
Alright, Tom, how you doing?
That's because I'm getting down to the 2-minute warning.
Alright.
I got you.
I didn't even know what that was, to be truly honest.
Otherwise, I could extend the time for more longer discussion, because this is actually intriguing.
Well, we could do that. I mean, YouTube has no limit, so it's like, you know what?
Fuck it. We'll make a 40-minute podcast this time around.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a bit folder, which is labeled Skype stuff for God knows why. I'm going to rename that right now. Bit crap.
Big crap.
Yeah, but dude, there's a thing go through that stuff. You might find something useful that you can use for the resurrection.
Well, as interesting as it is, the August 2010 folder is all of the clips from the last couple episodes of Season 2. And the April 2010 folder is Randy's condom thing.
Oh, yeah, we made condom banana weapon.
And then the clips from my birthday that I didn't really enjoy, and then something about you slamming on Grace's old mattress.
Oh. Yeah,
you were like folding up a mattress, and you couldn't fold it up because you're a weak fuck. No, I'm kidding.
You weak fuck!
fine. I know. I think the one because I remember recently of Adam actually. I think I managed to stone him at one point.
Oh my god!
It's a video he took. I remember it, and Adam was like, "Oh my god, Ragnarok!"
Yeah, I honestly have. I think I have that clip where you're impersonating my uncle as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we saw that one.
Oh yeah, no, I had to do. Oh yeah, the thing, right?
August. Well, it says. I know this is what my camera's dates were screwed up. It says August 27th, 2007, even though I know it's 2010.
Now, I should have been 09 because that was probably during while I was dating Liz.
Maybe. You had a Trivium shirt on here, and it is in standard definition, obviously.
Oh, yeah, that's the movie you had that are you?
But yeah, like I said, you know, and I even looked at the Resurrection folder too because I have all the clips that we've ever gotten from to begin with. And like I said, there's stuff from like I have something from June 29, 2009. Where there's literally 3 videos that can equal up to an episode. You have, you know, a good, like, 10, 11 minutes worth of material here that was, I don't think was ever even shown, because I don't even remember this even...
Well, I remember that. Actually, I recently put them together, and I should save it as, where we're on episode 1. So
there's something right there that was never brought to daylight. I actually noticed. And
yeah, right there. You got 4 episodes right there.
We have some from July 27th, 2009, where you, this is when Dan was kind of still with Liz. Grace was with, who was that guy's name?
Joe.
Joe. That one's 25 minutes.
Trilogy. That was like near the beginning.
That one whole clip was all part of the Whitler trilogy.
Yeah, that was like the beginning. Yeah, beginning season 2.
Yeah.
And that is 25 minutes.
The only flaw in the whole Wait What series is the fact that copyrighted music was everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That made it interesting.
Fine. You know, we did that. That's like still the soundtracks to work from. We could use some old songs we had too.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not like I was making a profit off of it.
Yeah, it's something just fun, you know. Same thing to do. All he's doing is our own stuff. That's the original. So.
But if I had to break it down between the two, so far, and I know this is an evolving concept so far with BT Deviants, is that I made Deviants slightly different than Wait What, where at the first season it did have that randomness, which again was the spur of the moment, and then as I got into season 2, I'm trying to bring that randomness and the jump cut that was in Wait What, but so far I've been noticing it's been structured in like sagas. Episode 1 through 3 was Dan with his whole demon. Episode 4 through 6 has now been the Adma saga.
Yeah,
and pretty much. I mean, if kind of like what we did with Reception, I think we should add a playlist for the whole Adma thing.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm going to probably keep it as just season 2, because
yeah,
I don't really see that being as a separate playlist because it's only just 3 episodes. I don't think it's really going to expand to like a project where, hey guys, it's going to be Adma series. I don't see that happening.
Oh God, no.
Oh God.
Because let's face it, everyone would be exhausted, annoyed, and pissed off at the voice I can do.
Yeah, me and Dan kind of did have an idea as far as like playlists and projects go and whatnot.
Yeah.
I kind of went like with Dan's old idea of making a sequel of Reception and kind of not modified it but added more to it. I was thinking in my head, since you do like the multi-frame layering and everything, you know how I had the stupid Magikarp things, like they were just crappily placed in random places.
I've been noticing that. Artie has noticed that, and I was actually thinking about this too. I think we might be thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
I was originally going to take Reception and re-edit. And
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, we could do that, but not only re-editing, but what we could do is possibly make a sequel to it, in which, like, maybe we can incorporate the whole Adma thing into it as well.
God, I didn't even think of that.
The second layer could be something like Adma chasing us and then wondering where the hell Tom went.
I didn't think of that concept, and now I'm laughing at it.
Yeah, and then, like, in the third layer, we find Tom laying on the ground or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'd be like, guys, run, Adma's coming.
I gotta act this out.
Guys,
why are you running away from me? Guys, come back here.
And then it gets hit by that same train that left.
Oh, God.
Yeah, episode 4. Actually, I still work on the reception DLC for my channel, too, where I try to go back to Dreamworld to find Artie.
Yeah, which is kind of your solo project, I remember.
Yeah.
But I think how I'm going to shoot that stuff. I don't know where I'm going to shoot it, how I'm going to shoot it.
Well, here's the thing. What you're going to need, if you're going to record this by yourself, or with us around, like, depending on what you're doing, you might need a tripod.
Like, I want you guys to be in it. Like, I don't know if you guys want to be in it. You can if you want to. Like, I'm inviting you to be in it. I gotta see how I kind of like be a writer and see how the story's gonna play out.
I could probably direct the whole thing.
That'd be cool, because like,
and obviously Artie's gonna need to be there.
Yeah, because we have to try to find him. What I do, me and you base all of our argument. You guys, I've asked us to come back to Dreamworld, and you guys would be like, no, we're not going back in. That happened last time. I'll be like, guys, come on. He's like, no, we're not going back in there.
Yeah, I actually thought about the intro to that. I kind of want to make just a really funny, dirty joke. Just like one of those things that you hear in movies all the time. Like, me and Tom are just sitting there like, yeah, we're not going back there. And then I'll just like stand up and walk away and be like, all right, have fun. I'm going to go masturbate.
You would. I saw you did there.
Just randomly thrown in there.
And then that's where I go say, you think.
Yeah, and then you disappear.
But I mean, now I'm thinking about it because I originally didn't want to do sequel because I thought, I didn't know what to add. But now I'm thinking about it because now you thought about it.
We incorporated more ideas now, so we can probably come up with something.
Especially after all the stuff we've done so far in Season 2. God forbid. I know, right, guys?
Oh, God.
God damn it, Hadma. I don't know. Maybe that might be an idea for later on this year or maybe into next when I come back for the summer. Reception 2. Not saying it's guaranteed, but 2. Because I would, and I would actually want Billy to help me think about it because, let's face it, I didn't really think of Adma being attached to it. I didn't really think of any new ideas attached to it because it was a spur-of-the-moment idea I had after I saw Inception, which, again, what had spur-of-the-moment. So that's kind of what I jumped off on that one. But, that's something we could look at down the road again, besides Dan's DLC and such. But right now, we still got 2 projects we need to finish. I know we want to do more stuff, but those 2 have to come first, because, let's face it, we have the material already.
They have to be done first and put out before the summer's over, so...
I mean, pretty much.
Right now, the way I see it, we need to get Die Count Villagers done as possible. If we have to, try to make up time for editing. Like I said, at some point, once I get 7 out and I do another Aftermath, after I get my Aftermath episode done, I think I'll start working on the small edits, the intro, outro, maybe a trailer kind of idea. And that's all I'm going for. And then, Dan, you're doing the rest, pretty much. And after...
Yeah. Like, the only thing I'm going to need your help with is, the Pokemon team. Everything else,
yeah, that's what I was talking about. That small edit. That's what I meant. And then after that, I mean, Billy, because I know me and Dan are gonna be probably busy with this. I think Billy should really focus on doing Wait What now. Like, you can still do your Let's Play and your vlogs and stuff like that, but start thinking about what you want to do with this because it's, like I said, it's getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fact. If we actually do pretty serious that, how are we going to do it?
And that, and the fact you're out of school, you have time.
Yeah, that's actually helping a lot because, like, due to the fact that I'm only doing finals right now, it leaves a lot of time for me to edit stuff.
1 minute remaining. And poor Artie's not with us today because he went to Reese. So...
he was with Rianne today, and over the weekend he might be over. I'm not sure yet. I have to discuss that with him later on.
Yeah, he's kind of floaty. He's kind of like, dude, what are you doing? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? Why aren't you doing anything? I don't know. Fuck you. I'm like, oh my god, Artie, it's all you say. It's fuck you. Why are you always saying fuck you?
Oh my god, did you really try to do his voice right now?
Fuck you guys. Pancakes!
Oh god.
I can't do his voice.
Bowling?
Bowling?
You can kind of do his voice, it's just he has more of the,
Less than 10 seconds.
accent for it.
Anything else you want to say?
I just spotted a picture of a lot of candy.
Yeah, come on, anyway.
And that's it, guys. Later.
5, 4, 3, 2,